Hello, my name is Justin Coffey, and today I'm going to be sharing a short tutorial about Remind.com. Remind.com is one of my favorite applications or websites. Um, it is used to communicate via text message to students and parents. So the reason why I think Remind.com is so important and the reason why I'm sharing this tutorial is that Remind is a free, safe, easy to use communication tool that helps teachers connect instantly with students and parents. Another great thing about Remind is, again, it's available for free online, but it's also available through the Android and iOS applications on mobile devices. My objective of this tutorial is I am hoping that the viewer will be able to create an account, create a class, and learn how to send and schedule messages to students and parents. This video is intended for teachers who want to learn about new technologies for communicating with students and parents. In this tutorial, I'm going to be hitting on a couple of the National Educational Technology Standards. And the first ISTE standard that I'm going to hit today is the one for Teachers 3D, and that says that teachers will communicate relevant information and ideas to students, parents, and peers using a variety of digital age media and formats. The second standard that I'm going to hit is the ISTE standard T4C, and that states that teachers will promote and model digital etiquette and responsible social interactions related to the use of technology and information. So let's go to the Remind.com website. And as we move over to the Remind.com website, this is what it looks like. And it's really easy for a teacher to sign up or for students and parents to sign up and receive your messages also. So if you're a teacher and you want to sign up, you just click on Teacher Sign Up. And it will ask you for your name, your last name, email address, and password. Also if you're a Mr. or a Mrs. or a doctor or coach. So you'll fill in your information and then complete sign up, and that will be it. I'm going to go ahead and log into my account so you can see what it looks like once you're logged in. So when you log into Remind.com, over on the left is where you'll have all of your classes or groups that you want to communicate with. So I have a group for my Algebra 1 classes, all combined, and then I also have a group for my middle school wrestlers. So the way that you create a group is you just go over here and click on Add a New Class. It's really easy to add a new class. And you'll give it a class name, like if I wanted one for my Dodge City Middle School football players, then I could name it DCMS football. And then you have to create a class code, and this is what parents or students will, the message that they'll text to a specific number to get signed in to the app. So you want something that kind of makes sense and that's easy to remember. And so maybe I'd want to make my class code DCMS foot. And it hasn't been used and it's available. It does have to be under 10 characters long, so it can't be really long. But you just need to create this class code because that's what parents or students are going to text. It will give them a number and they'll text this code to that number, and then that way they'll automatically be signed up for your group. You also have to agree that you will only be messaging people 13 and older, and I think that's probably a pretty smart rule to keep both ourselves and our students out of trouble. So you could go ahead and add this class, and then it gives you instructions on how to have parents or students sign up. Again, they would text at DCMSfoot to the number 81010, and that would automatically enroll them into my class or my group. I think that it does send them a text message back that says, "What's your name?" and they'll type in their name, and that way you can see who's all been added to your group. and so that seems pretty nice. You can also send invitations if you have email addresses. You can send invitations to people that you'd like to join your group or your class. So that's kind of how you get started in creating a class. And then once you have a class created, let's go to my algebra class here. You can see that I have 38 subscribers. There's 38 people who are signed up for my Algebra Remind. And again, it has their names over here. So I could send messages to the whole group, which I would just type in my message here. I could type in my message, and then if I want to go ahead and send that, I can just click on send right away, and it will send a text message to all of my students who are in my group, all of my subscribers. Here's the great thing is it doesn't send that text message from my phone or my personal phone. So that way my phone number isn't going out to students and parents, and they are not able to text back to that number. The number that sends that text, they can't text back to that. So the information is flowing in one direction. I can send information to them, but they are not able to send any information back to me. So I see that as an advantage, so that I am not receiving texts from students at 3 o'clock in the morning wondering how to solve quadratic equations. If they want to get a hold of me, they know that they can email me and do things like that, but I'm not receiving text messages at all hours of the night. So I think that's one of the great advantages of Remind. Another cool thing is, and this is fairly new to Remind, is now I can attach files. So if I had like a homework document that I wanted to send in this text message, graphing quadratic equations, I could just attach that document to this message. And so if they have a smartphone or they have the app, then they could open up this document and see what I sent them. Another great thing that I like is I can schedule this message. So if I don't want to send this message out right now, what I can do is click on schedule, and I can choose what day and what time I want this message to be sent out to my students. So let's say I don't want this message sent out until tomorrow, and I don't want it sent out until 10 a.m. right before class starts. So that's a great thing. The reason why I like that feature is sometimes on Monday, I know that we're going to have a test on Friday, and I know that I want to remind students on Thursday night about the test, but I'm probably going to forget by the time it gets to Thursday night. So on Monday, while I'm thinking about it, I'll go ahead and schedule that message to students, and I'll schedule it for Thursday evening, and it will just be a message that says, hey, we have an algebra test tomorrow. Remember to look over your notes tonight. Something to that effect, and I'll schedule it for right before the test so my students remember to study. So those are kind of the main features that I like about Remind, Remind.com. And it's a great way for me to communicate to students and parents. Another thing is Remind, you can send messages to small groups. So I have 38 subscribers, but perhaps I just want to send a message to a specific group of students. Maybe they have a project due and they haven't completed it yet. So I can send a message to just a few of my subscribers rather than all of them. But the cool thing about Remind is that you have to send it to at least 3 people. So that way you're not sending messages to individual students that might get, they might not get the full meaning of the text, and they think it means something different, and you can get yourself into some hot water by sending text to individual students. So this makes it so that you can send the text to small groups, but it has to be at least 3 people that receive the text. So again, that's kind of the basics of Remind. I hope that helps you create an account and create a class and be able to send and schedule messages for your students. Thanks. I will see you in the next video.